Greetings, everyone. Welcome to today's discussion on a very important topic, coping with depression. Depression, a common yet often misunderstood mental health condition, impacts millions worldwide. It's not just feeling sad or having a bad day, but a serious illness that influences our feelings, thoughts, and actions, often causing a sense of despair and loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. It's important to remember that depression isn't a sign of weakness or something one can simply snap out of. It's a complex disorder with a multitude of factors involved, including genetics, environment, and personal circumstances. But despite its complexity, one crucial thing to note is that depression is treatable. By understanding it, we can challenge the stigma associated with it and encourage those suffering to seek help. Understanding depression is the first step towards managing it effectively. Depression, contrary to popular beliefs, is a serious medical illness, not just a fleeting mood. It's more than just feeling sad or having a bad day. It's a constant state of despair and desolation that pervades every aspect of life. It's like being stuck in a deep, dark well with no ladder to climb, no escape route in sight. Depression is a medical condition that has profound effects on how you feel, how you think, and how you act. It's not a simple case of the blues that can be shaken off with a good night's sleep or a chat with a friend. It's a relentless wave of negative emotions that can make even the simplest tasks seem insurmountable. When we talk about depression affecting feelings, we mean it engenders an overwhelming sense of sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness. It's like a heavy cloud that hangs over your head, coloring your world gray and draining the joy out of life. When we say it impacts thoughts, we refer to the critical, negative self-talk that becomes a constant companion. It's as if there's a critic inside your head, always ready to point out your flaws and failures, making you feel worthless and inadequate. And when we discuss how depression influences actions, we mean that it can lead to a loss of interest or pleasure in activities once enjoyed. It can make you feel tired all the time, have difficulty sleeping, or eat too much or too little. It can make it hard for you to concentrate or make decisions. In its most severe form, it can even lead to thoughts of death or suicide. But here's the good news. Depression, as serious and debilitating as it may be, is treatable. With the right help and support, you can reclaim your life from the grip of this condition. Depression is not your fault. It's not a sign of weakness, and it's certainly not a character flaw. It's a real, legitimate medical condition that deserves understanding and treatment just like any other illness. Depression is a real, treatable condition, not a sign of weakness or a character flaw. Recognizing the symptoms of depression is key to seeking help and starting the journey to recovery. Depression can manifest in several ways, and it's not always about feeling sad. One of the most common symptoms is a persistent feeling of sadness or a depressed mood. This is more than just having a bad day or feeling down. It's a constant state of low mood that affects your ability to enjoy life. Another symptom is a loss of interest or pleasure in activities that you once enjoyed. This could be anything from hobbies and sports to social events and even simple everyday tasks. You might find that things you used to look forward to no longer bring you any joy. Changes in appetite and weight are also common. Some people experience a loss of appetite and unintentional weight loss, while others may find themselves eating more and gaining weight. These changes are usually unrelated to dieting. Sleep disturbances are another telling sign. You might have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or you might find yourself sleeping too much. Either way, these changes can leave you feeling exhausted and drained of energy. You might also notice difficulty concentrating, making decisions, or remembering things. Tasks that once seemed straightforward may suddenly feel overwhelming, and decisions that used to be easy to make can become agonizingly difficult. Feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt can also be a symptom. You might find yourself ruminating on past mistakes or blaming yourself for things that are beyond your control. Restlessness or feeling slowed down are also common. You might feel like you're constantly on edge, or alternatively, you might feel like you're moving and thinking in slow motion. Finally, recurrent thoughts of death or suicide are a serious symptom of depression. If you or someone you know is experiencing these thoughts, it's crucial to seek help immediately. If you or someone you know is experiencing these symptoms, it's important to reach out to a healthcare professional. Depression is a serious condition, but with the right help, it's also treatable. Recognizing the symptoms is the first step towards recovery. There are several coping mechanisms that can help manage depression. One of the most effective strategies is regular exercise. Now you might be thinking, exercise? Really? I can barely get out of bed, let alone go for a run. But here's the thing. Exercise doesn't have to mean running a marathon or lifting heavy weights. It can be as simple as a walk around the block, a few minutes of yoga, or even dancing to your favorite song in the privacy of your own home. When you exercise, your body releases chemicals called endorphins. These are often referred to as feel-good hormones because they can help to improve your mood and reduce feelings of depression. Regular physical activity can also help you sleep better, increase your energy levels, and improve your overall mental well-being. But the key here is consistency. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. And remember, it's okay to start small. Even a few minutes of movement can make a difference. Another effective coping mechanism is sunlight exposure. Our bodies are designed to be in sync with the natural rhythms of the day and night. When we spend too much time indoors away from natural light, it can disrupt these rhythms and potentially lead to feelings of depression. Spending time outside in the sunlight, especially in the morning, can help regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, also known as your circadian rhythm. This can improve your mood and help you sleep better at night. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to spend hours basking in the sun. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight exposure in the early morning can make a significant difference. And if you live in a place where sunlight is scarce, especially during the winter months, you might want to consider using a light therapy box, which can mimic natural sunlight. Remember, even small steps can make a big difference in managing depression. So, whether it's taking a short walk, doing a few minutes of exercise, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning sun, these simple actions can go a long way in helping you cope with depression. Continuing with our discussion on coping mechanisms, let's turn our focus to social interaction and challenging negative thoughts. Human beings are innately social creatures. We thrive on connection and companionship. When it comes to managing depression, the value of social interaction cannot be overstressed. It might feel like the last thing you want to do when you're in the throes of depression, but reaching out to others and staying connected is a powerful way to lift your spirits. This can be as simple as a phone call to a friend, participating in a group activity you enjoy, or even just going for a walk in a crowded park. The key is to avoid isolation, which can exacerbate feelings of sadness and despair. Now let's delve into the realm of thoughts. Depression often brings with it a cloud of negative thinking that can feel all-encompassing. It's like wearing a pair of glasses that only let you see the world in shades of gray. But remember, just because you're thinking something doesn't make it true. This is where the technique of challenging negative thoughts comes in. Challenging negative thoughts involves questioning the validity of your pessimistic thoughts and replacing them with more balanced and realistic ones. For instance, if you find yourself thinking, "I'm a failure," ask yourself, "Is that really true? Have I never succeeded at anything?" More often than not, you'll find that your negative thoughts are not entirely accurate. They are merely distorted interpretations of reality influenced by your current emotional state. One technique to challenge negative thoughts is to write them down and then dispute them with evidence. This practice can help you break the cycle of negativity and start viewing things from a more balanced perspective. Another approach is to practice mindfulness and acceptance. Instead of trying to fight or suppress your negative thoughts, acknowledge them, observe them without judgment, and then let them go. This can help reduce their power over you. Challenging your thought patterns and seeking social support are vital steps in the journey to recovery. Remember, you're not alone in this, and there are proven strategies that can help you navigate through the fog of depression. So reach out, challenge those thoughts, and keep moving forward. You've got this. While these coping mechanisms are helpful, it's essential to seek professional help when dealing with depression. Depression, like any other medical condition, requires professional care and treatment. It's not something you're expected to navigate alone. A mental health professional, such as a psychiatrist or psychologist, can provide a diagnosis, guide you through the process of understanding your condition, and help you develop an effective treatment plan. Why is professional help so important? Well, depression isn't just about feeling blue. It's a complex mental health condition that can affect every facet of your life. It can twist your thoughts, drain your energy, disrupt your sleep, and even alter your appetite. It's not something that can be fixed with a simple pep talk or a day at the spa. It's a serious condition that requires serious attention. Professional help can come in many forms. Therapy, for example, can provide a safe space for you to express your feelings, confront negative thought patterns, and develop coping strategies. Cognitive behavioral therapy in particular has been found to be highly effective in treating depression. Medication can also be a vital part of a treatment plan. Antidepressants can help to balance the chemicals in your brain that affect mood and emotions. They're not happy pills, but they can help to ease the symptoms of depression, making it easier for you to engage in daily activities and therapy. And let's not forget about support groups. Connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can provide a sense of community and understanding that friends and family might not be able to offer. If you're struggling with depression, there are resources available to you. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the Crisis Text Line, and the National Alliance on Mental Illness are just a few examples. They offer free, confidential support for people in crisis, as well as information and local referrals. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a step towards recovery and well-being. You don't have to face depression alone. There are professionals ready and willing to help. It's okay to reach out. In fact, it's more than okay. It's necessary, it's brave, and it's the first step towards feeling better. As we come to the end of our discussion today, it's important to remember that no one is alone in this fight against depression. We've covered a lot of ground, and I'd like to take a moment to recap the key points we've discussed. Depression, a serious medical illness, impacts our feelings, thoughts, and actions. It's more than just feeling down or blue. It's a persistent feeling of sadness that interferes with your daily life. Symptoms can range from loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed, changes in appetite and sleep, feelings of worthlessness, to difficulty concentrating. Coping with depression is not a one-size-fits-all process. It requires a combination of strategies that work best for you. Regular exercise is a proven method to boost your mood, thanks to the release of endorphins in your body. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Spending time in sunlight can also help regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, which can often be disrupted by depression. Social interaction, too, plays a vital role in maintaining mental health. Surrounding yourself with loved ones can provide the support and connection you need during tough times. It's also crucial to challenge and manage negative thoughts. Depression often brings about a negative outlook towards oneself and the world. When faced with a negative thought, question its realism. Could there be a different perspective to the situation? And lastly, seeking professional help is paramount. Therapists can equip you with coping mechanisms and help you chart out a treatment plan. There are several resources available, including the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline and the Crisis Text Line, to name a few. Thank you for joining this discussion. Remember, there is help available, and it's okay to reach out. Depression is a battle, but it's one that you don't have to fight alone. There's a whole community out there ready to lend a hand. So reach out, speak up, and don't lose hope.